Oh my word. Okay. You're on mute, Jumoke.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. It is great to be around and alive this day. We've started very well today. 1 month of celebration for the International Women's Day, and tomorrow I heard is the Mothering Sunday. Congratulations to all the women in the world who are celebrating this, especially to all the mothers who are out there. How are we doing? How is life? How is everything in general? How is your health? Okay, it's nice to have you around for the show today. Yeah, last week, from the beginning of the month, we started talking about thyroid health and how it affects so many things. And we've listed a whole lot of conditions that can be affected when the thyroid is impacted. Okay, so today's show will be a continuation. We are going to also we'll be talking again on thyroid health, but we promised you last week that we have a test that we'll run, and then I'm going to be running that test with you today because of the complex nature of resolving thyroid issues. Most times people do not even get to the bottom of what is wrong with them. A lot of people don't even get to diagnose properly that the symptoms that they are running or going through are symptoms that have to do with issues with their thyroid health. And so themselves and their doctors, they do a whole lot trying to resolve this problem, but they never get to the bottom. A lot of people are taking medications and treatment for so many other things, whereas it is the thyroid function that is impacted. As usual, every week I'll talk about the gist in town. What is the current gist? What is going on today? It could be related to health, natural health. It could be related to politics and all of that. But I always want to talk about exactly what is the happening gist. Last week, after we finished the program, I talked about the paternity testing and the concept of chimerism. That has to do with people who possess two different sets of DNA. So it's very easy, or it's very possible, or it's quite possible for somebody for a paternity test to fail because the DNA, the person has two sets of DNA. And that was a gist last week. And a lot of people were trying online to give that as a reason for so many failed paternity tests. And I said, like I said, depending on the DNA test site you go to, a DNA test site that knows who knows their worth will detect that an individual is carrying two different sets of DNA strands before they even go to do the matching. Matching is when they take the DNA of the child and the DNA of the father, or the DNA of the child, DNA of the mother, together to match. So they would probably detect that there is a disparity, an anomaly in the DNA of the parents that is being matched. And again, it might not even be the parent, it might even be the child who is having a different set, who is having two different sets of DNA. But the extraction point, any DNA test site who knows what they are doing would detect the anomaly. All right, but today, I also read about cryptic. There are so many things people talk about. How they even care about the word cryptic pregnancies, and how it is becoming a growing business in Africa. Here we know surrogacy has been legalized, where you can actually have someone help you to carry a baby to term. And then, as a matter of fact, the compensation or the reward is also regulated. And then what happens afterwards? Somebody can help you, can be a surrogate mother, and then decide to change their mind. Maybe the week to giving birth, they are allowed to change their mind. Until the baby is handed over to you, they can change their mind and carry the baby away. So you have to do all you can because again, the reason for that is that some people get attached. Maybe at the beginning, she felt like, I will just do it, carry it for 9 months and give it away. But after 9 months, during the 9 months, chemistry and feelings entered into it, that she felt like, no, I'm not going to keep this baby away. I will keep this baby. The law allows them to keep the baby. But what is happening in Africa is where people are creating baby factories. This has been ongoing for several years. And I'm not saying this to cast aspersion on testimonies or on the possibilities of God's power to make people have children even in old age. But it also makes me to always want us to think deeply when we hear some testimonies that do not really tally. We need to ask questions. Somebody who says, I'm coming forward, I'm 65 years old, God has given me a baby. We need to ask questions, or the testimony should be explicit enough. Was it through surrogacy? Mm-hmm. Surrogacy, there is no problem. It's it's an answer to prayer. God has answered your prayers. A lot of things are going on when it comes to fertility. We should celebrate them and not look less on them like they are less human beings, because that is where many people cover the part of that testimony. And if it is not surrogacy, if you're telling us you carried a baby for 9 months at 65, somewhere along the line, somebody should have seen you pregnant. Somebody should have seen. But with the baby factories that are springing up, all the things going on, it's so obvious that a lot of girls are being lured with the promises either to travel abroad or promises of a lot of money, and then they get pregnant. In fact, we heard they have gynecologists, nurses, dedicated in-house, taking care of these pregnant teenagers, helping them to go through the 9 months of pregnancy to produce very healthy babies. They are welfare, they have nutritionists. Yeah. So they manage the entire process, that the babies they are going to give back to are babies that are the pregnancy is well controlled, well monitored. And then once they give birth to the baby, the money goes to the highest bidder. 2.5 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million naira, and their testimony goes and appear in church. A lot of things that are going on in our society today cause for a lot of readjustment, reorientation. I just finished a session online right now where I was talking to pastors' children, and I said that you don't judge the success of your father in ministry by the bling definition of ministry, because that is what you are tempted to do. Your father is not on Facebook, he's not driving limousine, doesn't have a private jet, and he's not a success in ministry. that does not mean it's not a success in ministry. Again, I said in that message that the blessings and the reward of your father's struggle in ministry might probably be waiting for you to find expression. Might be the person to enjoy the blessings of the hardship your parents went through in ministry. And so we need to begin to redefine a lot of things for ourselves. And it also boils down to the topic we'll be discussing today, because some people have landed themselves in a very unhealthy position because of trying to meet the society's expectation of them. So many people they are doing more than themselves. That is one aspect. There are those who have gone ahead to do things that injured their health in the process of trying to be acceptable in society. They've used things they shouldn't use. They've, gone through processes that they shouldn't go through normally, just because they want to be liked and be loved by people who don't even care about them. And even if they care, they will still go behind you tomorrow to say all kinds of stupid things about you. Why not just live your life? Is my greatest advice for this decade. After COVID, if God saw you through COVID and you are still alive, the greatest thing you can do for yourself is to live your life. Number one, make sure you are happy. Is God happy with you? Are you happy with yourself? That might be the things that you want to put into consideration. All right, so Jim, okay, what do you have to say about that? Have you seen Baby Factory before?
I actually have somebody right now that's going through. I hope they don't see this video.
Well, it's on YouTube. Don't mention names.
But it's actually legal. This person went through
the process. Surrogacy, okay.
Where they have laws, they have lawyers, they have
true,
and is their, I think it's their eggs and their sperm.
The sperm, right, yeah.
So the person cannot come tomorrow and say, "Oh, I'm now." This person recently had welcome triplets.
Wow.
This person actually had one child, and she's always wanted to have more.
Right.
More. God decided to embarrass. Actually, there are 5. She did because doing it for so many years and it's been failing. So she decided to try 2. And God embarrassed her with 1 triplets and twins.
Oh wow! Triplets and twins.
Triplets and twins.
Wow!
It was the triplets and then the twins will soon be here.
Wow!
I want to say that they are legal. There are people doing it the right way.
The right way.
Not, paying people to
have right
babies and escaping. I think, like you said, now unfortunately churches are encouraging what is not. Like you said, you come and tell us testimony of you did not tell us how. I
was in church for 9 months. You carry belly.
Yes. Somebody that is in your shoes looking to God for the same miracle is saying to myself, hey, so these promises of Sarah can still work in my life.
Can still work.
But they are not telling us. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with it. Unfortunately, the reason why we're doing that is a stigma that is attached, things like, there are so many people that are looking to God for the fruit of the womb. And when you tell them to go this part of surrogacy, to do IVF, they'll be telling you, God forbid.
God forbid.
It's whose portion then?
It's not my portion.
They will say it's not my portion. Whose portion then? Unfortunately, society does not help. People like this taking this decision because of what the society is going to say. I always said, there's something that I always say to my mom. I said, people that don't have children, it's children that will give birth to them, that would bury them when they die. It's still children. And when you die, unfortunately, that's it. You don't know.
You don't even know who is there. True.
And so everything in life is a privilege. We do not take anything for granted.
True.
What?
Very, very, very true.
It is
as you're talking right now, maybe next month, April, we will declare it a month of fertility. We'll be talking about fertility issues, and we will bring some IVF experts who do this IVF thing. We'll bring them on the show to talk about, because the more we talk about it, the more we remove the stigma that society seems to place on it. You know, some people till tomorrow, they still believe that it is abnormal for you to have delivery through CS.
Yeah.
They will say, we want to give her like the Hebrew woman.
That is in my genes. Happened to me when I was going to have my first child.
Right.
That I remember that I went to see my
pastor. Okay, so pastor.
My second child then, just to say, okay, I'm going out of the, for a while, and they prayed me. And then me going into his office, I was expecting him to cast and bind. And then he just looked at me and said, this time will be the easiest, and told me to go. So I stepped out of the office and I'm like, what kind of prayer did Pastor Adejumo? That my pastor in
okay.
Pastor,
yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, what kind of prayer did Bishop now? I said, I'm going to give birth. Instead of you to lay hands on me and bind, just said, go, this time will be the easiest. But as soon as I stepped out, I'm sorry, I know that this is not we are not talking about church, but this is just something that came to my mind. As soon as I stepped out of that office, the Holy Spirit said to me, hold on to that word. This time, you're easiest. Hold on to it. So I held on to it and I was confessing it all the time. So I traveled and I came to stay with my friend. And then when I came, I realized that my friend too was pregnant. So in our discussion, every time she would say to me, oh, when this baby is ready, it's going to be through a cesarean section. She had already
booked.
So in my mind, I'm looking at her like weird. I'm looking at her like stupid, like cesarean section. In my mind, I say, it's not my.
I bind it.
I'm bringing thoughts like the
evil woman.
But in that process, I remember what the Holy Spirit said to me. So every time that she would say that, I would say, oh, this time shall be the easiest. That's what it is. I'm holding on to it. I believed it. And do you know when it was time for me to give birth, I actually went to the hospital, not because I was in labor, but because I was past my due date.
Okay.
And I was tired at that point. So I took myself to the hospital. I was like, please check me. I'm done right now. Check me. This baby needs to come out. So they checked me, and they said I was like 4 centimeters dilated. This is me not. So they sent me back home. They said, go back home, get your things, and then come back. So when I went home, I said to my friend, they told me to come back, but please let me eat pounded yam, because I know that once I get to that place, they won't give me pounded yam. And then I went back and I was in the hospital bed. They did everything that they had to do. And I know the doctors kept on going and coming in, and they will come and the doctor will say, you are just quiet like this.
You don't feel any contraction.
Asking me, you don't feel anything? I said, no. So they went out, they came back again. They said, you're 6 centimeters. You sure you don't need epidural? I said, no, I don't need it. I said, I'm fine. So I was talking to my mom on the phone and she was asking me, she said, where are you? I said, I'm in the hospital. And she said, you're not feeling anything. I said, me, feeling kokon. She said, this time is going to be the easiest. And now, when I was 9 centimeters dilated, another doctor came and said, let's give you this epidural.
9.
Start shouting, it will be too late. I said, no, but I'm fine. I'm not feeling anything. So they came and said, okay, she's 9 centimeters. Let's start getting her ready. It's time to push. Every time I felt the contraction, I just felt a pressure, but there was nothing. So my point is that my friend went, gave birth, and it was actually through a cesarean section. But throughout all that time when she would say it, in my mind, I was like, African women, we don't give birth through cesarean section. Not my portion. That cannot. So it's that has, and I think the reason why that is because people are scared. People are scared of you know how it is in Nigeria. I remember with the first child, they told me to bring 25 liters of water. I had to bring black can in case the nurse told me that that's what they told me. So it is the fear, and it is the thing. It is, it's what has been ingrained in our, in our brain that something bad. So when we see people,
oh my word,
not my portion. Is whose portion then?
me up that part of they said you should bring lantern. Oh my God.
And they told me,
wow.
So,
you know what?
Oh, you can imagine.
As funny as it sounds,
Section.
as funny as it sounds funny because we are here to talk about it. You know, there are people who have lost their lives.
Yes.
Because of these things just talked about.
Yes.
During delivery, power went out, and they were never able to resolve it until that person passed. I have some stories like that. Although for me, it's painful when I still hear people die through childbirth. It's still an experience going on, and I feel like no woman should have to die in childbirth. No woman. It's not in 2022, not even in 2020, but it is happening. Sad but true. A lot is happening, and I think this is okay. Probably that is where we'll go next month. Next month we'll be talking about this fertility issues. Next month we're talking about women, delivery, childbirth, childcare, prenatal care. A lot of people do not even know that prenatal care. We'll talk about it. And Irene she's not on the show today, and I think Irene she's had CS I think twice. You know, prenatal care, antenatal care. All of these are things that we will talk about next month. So let's come back to today. Mrs. Todolarinde, thank you for joining us. Viewpoint Ministries, that must be Mr. Solomon Oluwabi. Thank you for joining us. Yes, true. The more we talk about it, the less the stigma. We need to talk more about these things and remove the stigma. Okay, and so today we will flip quickly to today's session for the thyroid test. So whether you're a man or a woman, what you can do right now is to grab a pen. Peace cannot join us on camera. She can only join us on audio. Madam, you did there.
Yes, I'm here.
Udo?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, they're saying hi to you. Okay, so I'd like you to get a sheet of paper, and I will just read the test out. You can score yourself 0 or 1. If the statement is true, that is, it applies to you, then you put a 1. If it doesn't apply to you, you put a 0. So you just put 0 there. I'll try as much as possible to explain these symptoms. Then when we are done, you would calculate how many of the 1, you add them together, and that is going to give you your total score. So that score is what I will work on. So I will explain the scores to you by the time we are done. All right, so if you are ready, I will start right away. You don't have to write down the questions. You just want to score yourself either 0 or 1. So you can list them from number 1 to number 22. There are 22 questions in all. So from 1 to 22, just in a tabular form, and then you'll be writing the score in front. If it does not apply to you, for example, if I say, have you given birth through CS before? If you have given birth through CS, write 1. That is question 1. You put 1. If you have not, you put 0 for question 1. Then you go to question 2. If question 2, I say, have you ever taken G-Flix with banana curry before? If it is yes, you put 1. If it is no, you put 0. So when we are done, you add the scores together, or the 1, you put them together, and then we will now break it down and explain how the table runs. So number 1 question, I said this in the meeting during the program last week. The outer third of your eyebrows, are they thinning? Are you kind of losing the hair on the outer third? The outer third is the one closer to your ears, any of your ears. And I said this last week, many of you, many women especially are in the habit of scraping that place up and using their pencil to mark it all the time. So that is question number 1. If they are thinning out, then you want to put 1. If they are not thinning out and they are still in place, you want to put 0. Number 2, I am sensitive to cold. I am sensitive to cold. There are people when they get into any environment, even when everybody is saying the temperature is okay, the temperature is normal, they feel cold. They want to layer up because of the way they are feeling from the inside. If that is you, 1. If it is not you, you put 0. Again, sensitivity to cold can also mean people will get into a place where everybody is feeling normal. When they get there, they begin to sneeze, or they begin to have a runny nose. They begin to have cold-like or flu-like symptoms. Okay, so that is sensitivity. Number 3, my hands and feet are cold all the time. You feel coldness in your hand, in your feet, all of the time. You know, even under when the heater is on. I mean, people who live in temperate regions like Nigeria, feeling that symptom, you know, it calls for serious attention. So if that is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. And number 4, I have thick skin and fingernails. Thick skin and thick fingernails. Thick skin and thick fingernails. So, of course, there are fingernails that are normal. If you want to cut them, you don't have to struggle. Some people, to cut their fingernails, you have to carry an axe. I'm just kidding. So, you know how thick your skin also is. You can feel that by the thickness of your palms, of certain areas of your skin, your knuckles, your joints, your elbows. You can tell. All right. So if that is you, 1. If it is not you, 0. Number 5, my skin is always dry. Dry skin. If it is you, 1. If it is not you, 0. Number 6, I experience muscle fatigue, pain, or weakness. Muscle fatigue, pain, or weakness. If it is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. Number 7, I have heavy menstrual bleeding, serious premenopausal, PMS. PMS should be menstrual troubles, not PMS now, not postmenopause now. Okay, and other menstrual problems or issues of infertility, irregular periods. You know, if that is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. I don't expect any man to put 1 in this one. Number 8, my sex drive has decreased. My sex drive has decreased. If that is you, 1. If it is not you, 0. If it does not apply to you at all, no, if you are indifferent, you never used to have anything, just put 0 there. Okay. But if you know the decrease, then you have to put 1. Number 9, I am tired all the time, especially in the morning. I am tired all the time, especially in the morning. If that is you, put 1. If it's not you, put 0. So I have people who wake up in the morning, they wake up tired. They've slept for 8 hours, yet when they wake up, they are still tired. They don't wake up refreshed, energized. When you sleep and you wake up, you should be refreshed. You should be energized. If you wake up tired and it's a consistent thing that happens all the time, it's a sign something is wrong that needs attention real quick. Number 10, my memory and concentrations are not what they used to be. My memory and concentrations are not what they used to be. If that is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. Number 11, I retain fluid. I retain fluid. Fluid retention can be felt in the palms of your hands, or on your feet, your ankle. Probably sometimes after walking for a while, it is swollen, your feet is swollen. Sometimes it is the hand that are swollen. If that is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. Number 2, I have difficulty losing weight, or I have recently gained weight. I have difficulty losing weight, or you have recently gained weight. You've done everything you can in trying to lose weight, you are not losing weight, or you have recently added so much weight, you want to put 1. If it's not you, you put 0. Number 13, I am frequently constipated. I am frequently constipated. If that is you, put a 1. If it is not you, put a 0. Number 4, I feel depressed. Sometimes I feel depressed, lose interest in everything around me. If that is you, put a 1. If it is not you, put a 0. Number 15, I have an autoimmune disease. If it is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. Number 16, I have low blood pressure and a low heart rate. Your heart rate is felt by the pulse when you take your blood pressure readings. If it is you, put 1. If it is not you, put 0. Number 17, I have gluten sensitivity or celiac disease. Yeah, people who, if you take anything that has gluten, they have gluten, they will react almost immediately. If that is you, put a 1. If it is not you, put a 0. Number 18, I have been exposed to environmental toxins. So if I give you a list, just put a 1 in that place. Because we are all constantly exposed to environmental toxins. I consume lots of tuna and sushi, or if you take a lot of tuna, a lot of sushi, like some people do that once every week, they must just eat sushi, or tuna. Or you have mercury or silver dental fillings. That is for teeth. You have mercury or silver dental fillings. Put a 1. If it's not you, put a 0. Number 20, I have been exposed to radiation treatments. For any reason, if you have been exposed to any treatment via radiation, you want to put a 1. And if it's not so, you want to put a 0. Number 21, I drink chlorinated or fluoridated water. A lot of us don't even know what water you drink, but if you are drinking water from a public source, obviously you are drinking chlorinated water or fluoridated water. You might want to put a 1 there. Even some of the ones that are bottled and sold, they contain chlorine. All you have to do is to check at the back of the bottle to check the percentage of the chlorine or fluorine in those bottles. Number 22, which is the last one today. Do thyroid problems run within the family? Do thyroid problems run within the family? Okay, so all those are the questions, 22 questions that we run as a test. So can we scale them right now? In scaling them, I'd like you to grade your scores, add them up together. What do you score? What can you see your score to be? So this, I'm just going to give a very general, I'll give the key to it. Number 1, if you have scored anything between 15 and 22, between 15 and 22, if your score is anywhere between 15 and 22, it means that you are having thyroid issues. And then those are very serious ones. You really want to take necessary steps ASAP. If your scores are between 14 and 7, 14 and 7, your problems are not severe, but they are mild. Now you are in a stage where there is a need for you to really pay attention to your thyroid health. If you do not pay attention to your thyroid health, you are going to slip into the other class. So before it gets to that point, you want to start paying attention right now. Like I said last week, no matter what the readings look like, sometimes the readings might not really show you what the problems are, where they lie. You go for a test and the tests are telling you are okay. So you need to pay attention. If your answers to all the questions read out is between 7 and 14, you want to really pay attention. So if you have anything below 6, below 7, 6 down to 0, if that is your score, you are okay. I will advise you keep doing keep doing what you are doing. pay more attention to your health, to healthy living, so that you don't slip any further into any of the two other groups that I mentioned above. Excuse me, please. I shouldn't be drinking with a bottle, with a plastic bottle. Okay, so especially the one that degrade. Let me check the grade. It says 4. Okay, so that is the test. For the sake of emphasis, if you probably are just watching this episode, you may want to go and watch the 2 previous episodes where we began talking about thyroid health and the symptoms that they bring. And then when you check through the test that we just did, you will discover that it covers quite a number of the areas where we have mentioned or we've talked about in the previous weeks where we began. Now, we talked about issues like how your thyroid can affect or impact your skin, how it can impact your fingernails, how it can impact your mood, how it can impact your sexual health, how it can impact your reproductive health. You know, we talk about how it can impact your memory, you know, in the course of the previous weeks. And all of these are also things that we have mentioned, how your thyroid can impact your weight management program. It can determine whether you are going to add weight or you are going to lose weight. All of these things are what your thyroid can impact. Now, let me say this. Because most times people do not pay attention to their thyroid, and you're wondering, how does all of these things work? At the beginning of this topic, I made mention of the fact that your thyroid sits at a very important center of your body, of your health, because it impacts on the production of several other hormones that your body relies upon to function effectively. Several other hormones can be impacted once your thyroid health is impacted. Now, the thyroid gland and the pituitary gland are working, they work together. That their synergy would determine a whole lot of things within your body, within your system. So you can imagine how strong your nails are, your fingernails, your toenails, your skin, how strong they are, how thick they are they in moderation? All of these could be determined by the function of these 2 glands. Your sexual drive, your libido level can be determined by these two glands that are found in your body. There are several other things that are determined and dependent upon your thyroid gland. So it's important for you to take your thyroid health very, very seriously. And please, I've had people who keep asking me, what do I do if my thyroid health is failing? And I do think that I did mention this in that class, in the first episode we had this month of March. I mentioned what to do in terms of diet. I mentioned what to do in terms of lifestyle. And I also mentioned what to do in terms of supplement. What supplement to use, how to use them. Probably if you are confused about how to use those supplements, you may want to reach out and then, we can talk about it. But one key thing I spoke about last week was the fact that in treating your thyroid, in treating your thyroid, you want to first of all handle the symptoms at their symptom level. I said we want to move from the known onto the unknown, okay? We want to silence a whole lot of things that are making noise while we are troubleshooting to resolve the thyroid issue, because it could take a while. It's not something that will go like today. But unfortunately, most of the conditions that come with a thyroid dysfunction, their treatment requires certain medication that could also further impact on the health of the thyroid, which is the reason I will always give measures on how to naturally and safely undo the symptoms that you might be feeling when it comes to your thyroid health. So Jumoke is here, she's a skincare expert, and so whatever she's talked about as regards your skin, as regards your hair, are things that you should take very seriously. I began talking about, okay, maybe next week, we should have one more week, do we? No, this is the last Saturday for the month of March. Oh wow. I was going to talk about the use of essential oils even for our thyroid. Okay, how to use it for thyroid. But I will not mention 1, 2, 3 essential oils that you might want to use. Okay, and please, how do you use essential oils? You use essential oils with a diffuser. You use your essential oil with a diluter. You dilute it. Please do not apply essential oil directly to your skin when it has not been diluted. Your olive oil, cold pressed olive oil, or what we call extra virgin olive oil, can be a very good diluter. You use it to dilute your essential oil. And if you have the diffuser, which is also very good, you just put a few drops and you plug the diffuser and then you inhale it. One of the very good essential oil that will be beneficial to your thyroid health is the sage oil. The other one is the lavender. The peppermint oil, essential oil, is also very good. The sandalwood essential oil will also benefit you. Sandalwood. Cinnamon bark essential oil will also help your thyroid health. I've mentioned these 4 essential oils as part of the solutions or the natural therapies or natural remedies that can help your thyroid health in case there is a breakdown. So I was saying that we want to start managing the conditions from the known, and then we gradually begin to move towards the unknown. Okay, so by saying that, I meant some of the conditions we have talked about are things that you can handle naturally. So let's begin to take them out one after the other. How do you take care of your skin naturally? How do you take care of your sexual drive naturally without having to use other things that can further lead you into further problems? Are things that we could talk about. And then if you have been following us for a long time, you will know that we have mentioned quite a number of these things. So last week I did talk about some of these. I talked about the adaptogenic herbs. I mentioned the circulatory herbs, because of course the circulatory herbs will help your liver to mop up the excess hormones that are being produced by your system. They mop it up. For example, if you're having issues with your sexual drive, it's most likely you are producing too much of estrogen within your system. Circulatory herbs will help you to mop up the excess and take it out of the system, and that's going to help solve that problem in the meantime. Then Peace is a distributor for a herbal product called Rida. Okay, I can't believe I will be talking about Rida on this program because
why are you smiling and licking your lips? Why are you doing that?
I am surprised I'm talking about Rida on this program.
You are.
Okay.
You are.
Okay, no problem. I will allow you to. You want to talk to us about Rida in a few minutes?
No, not now. I can't talk so much for now.
Okay, all right then. So, all right. So she talked about Rida, but what I was going to talk about Rida and some other ones. I know Ruzu. Ruzu has been existing for a long time, and I was also privileged to meet with the founder of Ruzu and the owner. But one thing that is similar about these two bitters, one that is similar to both of them, is the fact that, a whole lot of claims are made about what they can do. But the truth about what they do is that they help your circulatory system mop up a whole lot of toxins that will hinder your body to perform its ultimate function. That is this simple, long, short A to Z of what they do. And the moment that is done effectively, it can impact positively on your reproductive health, your sexual health. It can impact positively on your digestive health, your gut health. It can impact positively on your skin. It can impact positively on several other functions of your body. So sometimes when they say these things, they can cure many things, it's because they have an overriding effect on major aspects of the human body. Your circulatory health is one of the most important parts of your body because it determines what blood and what nutrients are passed across each cell of your body. That is one. Number two, it also speaks a lot to the effect of how toxins are effectively managed from your cells. Okay, if cells retain toxins and toxic materials, they become ineffective and they go sickly. If they are able to exit toxic materials from your system, and they do that consistently and effectively, it will be somehow difficult for health conditions to stay within your body. So that is that for herbal products. I have seen, I don't know how many of you who have seen All Things Natural product by Chuboke. You can, I don't know how she places order for products. Is it on Amazon? Where's Chuboke? Are your products on Amazon? You're on mute. We can't see you. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
On EML.
No, I have an Etsy page. ETSY. Etsy.
Okay.
I have my own website. www.
Oh, okay. ETSY. Okay. Etsy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I would like to know how Etsy works. We'll talk about that the show.
On my own website. I have my own website too.
On your own website. What's the website? allthingsnatural.com?
www.allthingsnatural.com.
allthingsnatural.com. www.allthingsnatural.com. What happens there?
In the things, there's no G. All things, THIN.
Okay. All things, no G. All things, S. Instead of G, S is there. Natural.com. All right? Okay. So that's good. So why are we talking about that is the fact that some of the solutions you would need for your skin and hair care are natural things you might want to really consult her to get, because all of the other things you have been going on the shelf to go pick and buy, they are not doing your health any good. Okay? They probably would rather compound the problems with your thyroid health. All right? So that is one of the reasons I'm talking about these products. They are all natural. Then the third one, I think Joke has a cream. She has hair cream. She has the, what's it called now? Bath soap, the one she sent me all the way from New York City. I received it with Thanksgiving. She has, she's got, what else? She sent me, I think she had about 3 things she sent. The cream, I think as well. Yeah, you need to use those things that are natural. That is just one important thing. Then I want to talk about the plant stem cell. Over the week, somebody sent me a testimony of a man who had prostate cancer, and his PSA from 900 in the space of about 3 months went from 900 to 1.5. The first 2 months, it went from 900 to like 400, and after a month, again, it went to 1.5, the PSA. That is a huge testimony. And what did the man use? He used plant stem cell. All right. And so I have talked about plant stem cell, my studies so far on the 3 most popular ones. And then I have also said the one I find to be very, very effective is the Miracell. And Miracell, if you want to buy Miracell, Eniola is the person to contact for Miracell. She's living live large now in Dubai. They've been in Dubai for 2 weeks now. They have not returned. We pray that their balloon will land safely. So that is a very strong thing you want to. Yeah, I forgot. Didn't I mention lemon balm in tea? Because there is, I did mention lime essential oil. Yeah, lemon balm. Yeah, lemon balm works well for thyroid. Very good for thyroid. Lime essential also works for thyroid. Very good for thyroid. Very, very good for thyroid health. You want to work with them and use them well. But lemon balm, the saying is in tea and tincture. So that means it's not the ones you apply to your body. This lemon balm you can swallow. It works really, really great for thyroid health. Okay? And then the last thing again, if you're having sexual issues, low increase or decrease libido, our intimacy expert on this show is Aniola. Refer to the flyers and get in touch with them. They will provide you with natural options and solutions to handle the problems, and then you can be out of this while you are managing your thyroid health with the other things we've talked about. If you missed those things we talked about, please refer to the 2 previous episodes of this program and try as much as possible. You see, I have not yet grown to the level of, not that I have not grown, I don't even have the time to start going to the laboratory to begin to mix chemicals together or mix herbs together. Maybe if I can do that one, I would do that and compound so many of these herbs together, turn them into one mixture or tincture or whatever concoction and sell. So this one is for fibroid, this one is for, but I don't do that. So for now, all I know is what I do. So I make recommendations of several things to use. If you want to see results, comply with the things talked about. Comply in the area of diet, comply in the area of lifestyle, and then try to use the supplements of the herbs that are recommended. Use them religiously. Try them 2 months, 3 months, give them time, and then come back and testify of the results, and you'll be sure, you'll be shocked at the results you are going to see. These things work. Every day I receive testimonies every day. I got one testimony today of one of my clients with autism, ADHD, developmental delay, and then they were sending me videos from the school of the child. They've gone to see the therapist saying, this boy is not the same boy. I don't even know what you are doing. Whatever you are doing, keep doing it. That is what I keep hearing every time. I hear that all the time. These are conditions that medical sciences cannot find any answers to. Yet, God is helping us and we are getting the answer. But comply, do your part of it. It's so unfortunate that, it seems like Nigerians want you to come to their house, if possible, to come and apply the supplements for them. If possible, they want you to come and apply, they want to apply for them in their homes. They just don't want to take responsibility for anything. And nothing works like that. You have to really work things out yourself and ensure that it works. All right, so this is where we will draw the curtain today. We have 4 more minutes to go. I want all the people who are attending this program to just say a parting word as we close. Jumoke, your turn. Go ahead and tell the people bye-bye and see them next week, and we'll talk about fertility.
Thank you all for joining us today. Like Dr. Alabia said,
what are you wearing? Do you want to start mixing chemical again? Mixing.
As Dr. Alabia said, consistency is very important because it's easy to reel out remedies. And then I've realized that most people everybody I know, they are looking for magic. And I tell people there's no magic anywhere. When you recommend for people, they use it 1, 2, 3 times and they are quick to say it does not work. People are magic. There's no magic anywhere. When something is recommended, you have to use it consistently for you to see results. But people are not consistent. Like some people, I'll be like, I said, I used it today and I didn't remember to use it another 2 weeks. It's not going to work. Give me your money. I'm just collecting your money and you're not doing anything. So consistency is very important.
Thank you very much. Consistency, and that is a great word. So please take note of it. Consistency. You have to be consistent with the things that will be done. Okay. Madam, please.
Yeah.
Anything word from you?
Yeah, just like Jumoke said, everything nature follows a course. You don't get pregnant today and give birth tomorrow. You don't plant a seed today and it germinates tomorrow. So if you want to go the natural way, you have to buy yourself some patience. And what you're sure of is that over time, you'll see permanent results because you're dealing with the root cause. You're not just dealing with symptoms when you use natural products. You are addressing the root cause. And if you're going to address the root cause, it didn't take 2 days for the thyroid health to deteriorate to the point that it is today. So it doesn't just make sense for you to expect the thyroid, if it has become visible to human eyes, for it to just disappear all of a sudden. So today, this month, we've been talking about natural remedies to thyroid health. And I want to implore us that it's not just about doing it today and not doing tomorrow. Make it a lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle. And you would see that you just go from grace to grace and your health would be constant and consistent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Peace, and thank you, Jumoke. Thank you, everyone who joined us today.
Why am I Madam and Jumoke is Jumoke? Why?
Madam, are you not a madam? You
and Jumoke is Jumoke. Madam Jumoke.
All right, so see African, see waiting for that talk now. How you say African woman? If you call her woman, you don't agree. If you call her lady, will fight you again. You see women? So we know you can sing now. We have not forgotten your singing skills. All right, so thank you everybody for joining us. If you watched the show today, you've enjoyed it. Tell someone about it to join us again next week. Same time next week, we'll be coming your way. And like I said, for next month, we'll be talking more and dealing with issues of fertility. Next month, that's April, right? April. So happy Mothering Sunday to all the mothers out there as we go out to celebrate tomorrow. God bless you. Thank you.